Hello everybody, today a brand new trailer for Revolution of the Daleks just dropped, and naturally everybody is really excited about it. I've already seen like 17 or 19 videos in my subscriptions feed about this trailer, and it's barely even been a few hours, so that's crazy, and I'm not going to do another reaction or breakdown. I'm sure you've seen plenty of those. I'm just going to cut right to it and give you my thoughts, and yeah, to be perfectly honest, I think the trailer looks fine, and that's from somebody who is a quite big fan of this era. I have really enjoyed the first two seasons with Jodie Whittaker, and the trailer, it looks fine. It looks like it's going to be a pretty good episode. I don't really know how it's going to come across, but the elements we've seen all look either curious or good. And there's some things in there that are really exciting and others that are more questionable. We'll get to them. And I am going to give a proper spoiler warning for series 11 and 12. I might touch on some things that have already happened in the show, but anything that's in the trailer I consider to be fair game and not spoilers for the episode itself. And going into that, yeah, Captain Jack is in this thing. We heard about that a couple of days ago, and here we actually see him, and we get a quick little line of banter with Yaz and Jack, and it looks like it's going to be fun. I hope we get a lot of that in the actual episode proper, because I love Captain Jack. I've said this plenty before, and I'll continue to say it. He is one of my absolute favorite characters in the show, if not my favorite. Genuinely, I adore this character, and I think John Barrowman is so much fun in the part, so I'm really looking forward to everything that we can get out of him from this special. We also found out that the special is going to be a New Year's Day special, which to me is a little bit of a disappointment because, you know, I want a Christmas special, but at the end of the day, it's a week later, it's not that big of a deal, and honestly, at this point, wouldn't it be a little bit weird to get an episode that's not on New Year's Day? You know, I mean, the last 3 years we've had a brand new episode on New Year's Day with this era, so it kind of feels fitting that this one is on New Year's, because that's just the date that this era has had so far in its run. And at the end of the day, it's not that big of a deal, but I do certainly hope we are able to get a Christmas special with Jodie Whittaker at some point in the future. And in terms of other things that were in the trailer, I mean, we saw the new Dalek design, which of course had come out earlier, and of course was leaked even earlier to that, and I gotta be honest, I like the design. I think it looks cool. I will wait to see what they actually do in action and how they're used in the story before I properly judge them, but so far I'm liking the look that we get. I'm enjoying the stuff that we see with the Doctor, who has been, of course, stranded in this prison. That all looks really cool. That is honestly, to me, one of the most interesting parts of this trailer and of this episode going into it is what's gonna happen with the Doctor. What's she gonna get up to? I'm also really looking forward to seeing the companions try to take care of things on their own. We saw Yaz in this TARDIS that they took in The Timeless Children, and of course Graham and Ryan came in to see her. It looks like she has been quite busy, and there is some stuff lying around this TARDIS, and it looks like she has really been trying to investigate and put together and do something, you know, just try to figure out anything that she can in terms of where the Doctor is, because as far as these people know, she's dead, but Yaz is certainly trying to figure something out. That is my guess in terms of what it is. I'm guessing that it's got to be related to the Doctor, but it's entirely possible this is related to the Dalek stuff that's going on there and all of that. Of course, we don't even know how Captain Jack plays into it, but yeah, I'm really excited about those elements of the story. Captain Jack, the companions, and the Doctor. Those are the things that are really interesting to me. One of the more questionable aspects of this trailer is the return of, I believe his name is Jack Robertson, who is sort of the Donald Trump-like character of the Doctor Who universe. I thought he was honestly the weakest aspect of the episode he was in, Arachnids in the UK, an episode that is definitely on the weaker side from Jodie Whittaker's era as the Doctor, although definitely not as bad as everyone seems to think it is. Obviously, you're entitled to your opinions, but I think it's definitely mixed. There is some good stuff in there, although there's a lot of things that don't work, and of course he is one of them. So I am interested to see if they are able to do some stuff with him in this episode that is genuinely interesting, or if it's just sort of, oh yeah, we'll bring him back and have him do something, you know, we need some rich investor behind this, or whatever it is. You know, we don't entirely know his place within the episode. I'm guessing it's not a huge one, but we'll have to wait until New Year's Day to see. We also get who appears to be the UK's Prime Minister in this trailer, in the form of basically a Theresa May light character. I believe she was the Prime Minister in charge at the time this episode was written, I think in 2019. I'm hoping that character, however involved she is going to be more interesting than the Jack Robertson character that we got in Arachnids in the UK, and who is of course going to be in this episode. We don't know entirely how all of these things are going to play out, how much they're going to be involved. She and him might be really minor parts of the story and might not really matter that much in the end, but I definitely hope that Jack Robertson doesn't take away from the story the way that I personally feel he did with Arachnids in the UK. Now, I don't have a lot more thoughts, but I do want to talk a little bit about the Daleks. I mentioned I like their design, and that is true, but I will say I don't know that I'm excited about seeing the Daleks again outside of just getting a cool new design, because, I genuinely hope they do something interesting and cool and different with them, but I really would just prefer to see a new monster, because we've had like 24 Dalek stories just in the TV episodes, so I feel like we don't need a lot more of them, make them few and far between and make them good. I don't think it's necessary to have a Dalek episode every couple of years, that's just my personal opinion. Some of you might not agree with me, but I think a show is better when it tries to do new things it hasn't done before, which it is able to do every so often, and bring out something that is truly great and unique and compelling. But in terms of the Daleks, we don't really know exactly how interesting that's going to be. I hope it's good, I hope it's great, but I'm a little concerned that maybe they're not going to be used the best. That's all I'm saying, is that I'm not particularly excited to see them, I hope they're used well. I expect them to be at least good in the episode, but I don't know if there's going to be anything groundbreaking, I don't know if I'm alone in this thought, but whatever. I am really excited to see this special when it comes out New Year's Day. You better believe I will be reviewing it and talking about it. And yeah, that's all I have to say about this trailer for today. If you have any thoughts about it, be sure to leave them down below. I will be curious as to what you think. I definitely have my own thoughts and you have your own, and I'm sure we'll agree on some things, but there's definitely areas where we will differ. And I hope to see you around soon for more classic Doctor Who reviews, as well as a couple of unique Doctor Who videos that I have coming out this month, if I can manage to edit those in time. And that's about all for today, folks. I hope to see you around soon, and if not, that is totally cool, so long as you know that I appreciate your time here today. And with that said, thank you very much for watching, take care, and have a lovely week.